What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. This is Big Money Mindset. Pleased to bring you another video here today. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing surrounding news around Hyliion and a potential lawsuit that is currently being investigated. The investigation is being handled by Wise Law, and we will be going into what exactly it is that Wise Law does, as well as why are they investigating Tortoise Acquisition Corp. What could be the potential penalties if Tortoise Acquisition Corp is found guilty? And most importantly, how could this affect the potential merger that is set 18 days from today? There's going to be a lot of great information in this video, and I really hope you do enjoy it. You're going to learn a lot about the behind the scenes on these spec play mergers. And I want to say thank you to everyone that subscribed to the channel so far. Your feedback is beyond appreciated, and I really enjoy doing these videos for you. The feedback we've been getting is just amazing, and the growth we're experiencing is just ridiculous. And I have a huge announcement today for this video. Today is our 30th day of the channel, our 1-month anniversary, and the channel has just been blowing up. And it's just because of you guys, and I want to say again, I'm very thankful. And once again, only subscribe to this channel if you feel this video gives you great insight or analysis on the potential merger surrounding Hyliion. There's going to be a lot of great information coming up in the near future, and you don't want to miss out. Alright guys, as we can see, last night, right around the time I posted the last Hyliion update, there's been a potential lawsuit that has been surrounding Shell Hyliion as an investigation. We will be taking a look into getting into more depth analysis on what is going on as we speak. And as we can see on Google, a shareholder alert, Wise Law investigates, Wise Law, one of the nation's premier law firms and securities, Tortoise Acquisition, Reddit, shareholder alert. Okay, so we know there is news surrounding a potential investigation, okay? So to start, who is Wise Law? Wise Law has a national reputation for regularly challenging mergers and acquisitions that arise from an unfair process or result in an unfair price paid to shareholders. In general, the board of directors and management of the public companies have a duty, aka fiduciary duty, to conduct business in a way that will increase the value of the company and is otherwise in you, the shareholders' best interests. So basically, from what I was reading, we're going to take a look into a more depth analysis. They're basically there to protect the shareholders as far as losing out on potential money that can possibly happen later on in the future after the merger. So I know the main source is going back to the company's evaluation at $1.5 billion. So this company is taking a look to see if this valuation is a very accurate valuation. Even though when the potential merger is signed, we already know there's going to be massive future expectation of price process into the pricing, that's going to lead to years of growth in that stock price valuation. As we can see, Nikola, they're still sitting at a $15 billion evaluation, which is ridiculous for being out 2 years of products. So even though they're valued at a fair market price of $1.5 billion, the potential merger is going to lead to a massive increase in future growth price as far as the evaluation at that time. But they're taking a look to seeing if this $1.5 billion is accurate at this time. Wise Law LLP, the short and long of it, basically they're explaining what it is they do. We are very active in representing shareholders in derivative litigation. Derivative litigation allows you, the shareholder, to step up into the shoes of the corporation to remedy misconduct by the company's officers and directors. Through our successful representation of clients in numerous derivative litigations, we have recovered millions of dollars for corporations, damages by misconduct of their directors and officers. We have not only remedied financial damages caused to those companies, but also have caused them to install effective internal control systems and enact corporate governance reforms to prevent the misconduct from reoccurring. Our high-profile successes including, there's several, Freddie Mac, LifeRock, they've been doing this for a long time. Let's just put it that way. However, directors and managers often breach their fiduciary duties, and your right can be impaired in an M&A situation if an unfair price is offered for your company, corporate funds were improperly used to pay personal obligations, barriers are erected to block the other possible suitors, insiders and interested parties get sweetheart deals, obviously, assets are moved away from the business, or the directors and management fail to offer full and fair disclosures of all material facts such as the merger terms, its economical and financial impact, and how the company's insiders may benefit. So as you can see, this is just leading to, are the whales, the big dogs, being fair to their shareholders at Shell Tortoise Acquisition currently? So basically, they're trying to get to the bottom. Is their evaluation to their shareholders an accurate amount? Are they hiding anything? Are they giving them the full scoop and analysis on what all the terms and potential merger acquisitions are in the future? They're trying to get to the bottom. Is this a fair deal to the shareholders? Are they hiding anything? Before we take a look into Shell's exact investigation, we need to understand this company, are they only directed towards Shell, the Shell merger? Are they investigating anyone else? Yes, dozens, okay? They are not attacking Shell Hyliion. They go through a directive process through all potential mergers and investigate these companies to make sure they're in line and following the exact procedures to a fair evaluation of the company leading up to the merger. Updated news, guys, this is just recently. BMC Stock Holdings, investigation, Diamond Peak. I've already discussed Diamond Peak, you know, Ride, Workhorse, their equity deal. They're getting hit too. Tortoise Acquisition Corp, Green Vision, Broadway. Guys, this is within 2 days. Trine Acquisition Corp. It just doesn't stop. This is what they do. We're going to keep getting deeper and deeper. Is this going to affect the merger for Shell Hyliion? So I just want you to understand, this is not just a lawsuit around Hyliion. This is an investigation for multiple companies that are doing acquisitions, mergers. This is just what this company does. They want to make sure they're being fair. They want to make sure the whales are not getting greedy, taking that cherry off the top. Tortoise Acquisition Corp investigation. Why are they investigating Tortoise? We are investigating possible breaches of fiduciary duty and other violations of law by the board of directors of Tortoise Acquisition Corp, Shell, or the company, in connection with the company's proposed merger with privately held Powertrain Solutions, Hyliion Inc. Under the terms of the merger agreement, Shell will acquire Hyliion through a reverse merger that will result in Hyliion becoming a publicly listed company. Upon closing of the transaction, the combined company will be named Hyliion Holdings Corp. And will remain listed on the New York Stock Exchange, trading under the new ticker symbol HYLN. The new entity will have an implied pro forma market capitalization of approximately $1.5 billion. So understand, that's just the sum of, what this investigation is going to be about, okay? It's going to be about that evaluation of the company at the $1.5 billion, which I do think is a fair value. I mean, of course, it can be a little bit higher if you're putting in that future growth and future years that, could potentially happen, but they did not do that. They put it at a fair valuation of what the company has as of right now. So they're going to be taking a look into, is this a fair value for the shareholders? Or are they holding out at any numbers? Are they holding out on any news updates? This is just what they do, okay? They're going to be taking a look into if this is a fair value for the company. Now we're getting more serious. We're getting in depth. Here we go. This is the serious stuff, okay? What is the penalty for breach of fiduciary duty? Penalty for breach of fiduciary duty. The penalty for breach of fiduciary duty is typically payment for the actual damages incurred. Okay, let's just stop right there. Understand, these lawyers, how do they expect to get paid? They're doing this to help the shareholders. Their main goal is to get paid. How do you expect them to get paid? This merger has to fall through. They're trying to take off from the top of the merger as well. They're going to get their percentage cut if these whales held out on any information. So their goal is to have this merger fall through. Otherwise, no one's getting paid because there's going to be no merger happening, okay? The penalty for breach of fiduciary duty is typically payment for the actual damages incurred, as well as any punitive damages if the breach of fiduciary duty involves fraud or malice. A fiduciary duty is when one party is obligated to act in the best interest of another party. An example is how a corporate board member must make the best decision for a company's shareholders. If the party fails to fulfill its legal obligations, it is a breach of fiduciary duty and can result in a lawsuit in civil court. Some factors that a court will use to determine if the duty was actually breached can include whether or not the two parties were actually in a fiduciary relationship with a problem occurred, whether or not the failure of the offending party was covered in the scope of the two parties' relationship. A few examples of a breach of fiduciary duties include one party failing to disclose important information like a conflict of interest, acting in a way that's contrary to the interests of a client, performing an action in one's own self-interest rather than that of a client. So understand, this entire investigation is coming down to, are the whales getting greedy? Were they getting greedy? Were they getting greedy, not looking into the best interest of their shareholders as far as everyone getting a fair piece of the pie for what everyone put in, to this potential merger happening? You got to understand, not every whale has gotten to their multi-million-dollar status following the clean slate yellow brick road, okay? These guys pull strings. They know what they're doing. In some situations, they know when to do it and when not to do it, okay? So as far as the Shell's management team and board holders, I don't know if they're holding out on any information for their shareholders. Obviously, this is coming down to, are they trying to profit more during this merger? You just don't know, okay? And that's what this company is here to do. I'm not bashing this company at all. I understand what this company is trying to do. They are a law firm that is trying to be a fair value during these mergers. That's solid, okay? I understand these types of lawyers, they're doing their job. They deserve a cut if Shell was holding out on any information. This is perfectly understandable. So we just have to let this one go out and play, okay? And finally, just to sum it up, the consequences of breaching the fiduciary duty is compensatory damages, punitive damages. This is just going to come down to the end of money, okay? They're looking to capitalize on the potential merger. The final analysis you need to understand is, will this affect the potential merger? Is the merger not going to fall through? You have to understand that this lawsuit and many of all other lawsuits is coming down to money. This potential law firm is looking out into the best interest of the Shell shareholders and making sure that the Shell whales didn't hide any valuable information as far as the company's evaluation leading up to the potential merger for massive profits that are going to be far above, what they were quoting. So Wise Law does need this deal and this merger to fall through. If the Shell whales is found liable for any potential hiding of information, you have to understand they need this merger to fall through to execute on massive profits that, is going to be flowing. And they're going to be taking off that percentage as well as getting back to the shareholders that were misinformed about the company's evaluation. As you can see, of all the penalties of fiduciary duty, you can see that it is just leading back to multiple fines, compensation losses, potential jail time. As of right now, I am watching this video at 2 p.m. This video will be posted around 5. You can see that Shell is doing a solid 38.33. No drops are happening. As we can see, the news is not affecting the stock dramatically at all. The stock's still sitting about $38 as of Friday, 2 p.m. You will be seeing this video a little bit later. So just understand the stock is very stable right now, and we are getting very close to the merger. And I want to say thank you if you made it to the end of the video. I really enjoyed doing this one for you, and I hope you gained a lot of valuable information. And I want you to understand there's going to be a lot of hardships coming at us these next couple of weeks. This potential merger is massive. This is not going to be an easy, smooth sailing. We're going to make it through. Give it a little bit of time. Hold your ground, and you will profit in the end. Be sure to drop me a comment. I want to hear your guys' analysis on this video. I want to hear your feedback and see what you guys have to say. I'm going to be replying back to as many people as I possibly can. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you feel this video gave you great feedback and analysis on the stock Hyliion SHLL surrounding the potential merger. There's going to be a lot of great updates headed your way. You don't want to miss out. This is Big Money Mindset. I'm Kyle. You have a great day.